Good day, everyone. Welcome to our class, and this is our third meeting. Again, this is your teacher, Cherry. But before we formally start our lesson, let me know what is your dream job. Some of you might say that you want to become a pilot, a doctor, an engineer, teacher, or even a person or whatever it is. Think about how this job get compensated. In connection with this, let me show you the top 10 highest paying job in the Philippines. And first in our table, we have the aircraft pilots, navigators, and flight engineers with the estimated monthly salary of 116,714 pesos, and with its educational requirement of BS Aeronautics, BS Aeronautical Engineering, BS Air Transportation, and BS Aircraft Maintenance too. And we have the second, securities, finance, dealers, and brokers. And the third is the civil engineering. And fourth, the actuaries. And the fifth, computer programming. And we have, let's go on to our top 10. And it is statisticians with the salary of 41,400. How much is this? It is 41,480 pesos, and with its educational requirement, which is basic statistician and basic mathematics. Take note that the data presented is changeable over time. And I will leave it to you, class, to browse in the internet for the latest data about the highest paying job in our country. Now, let's talk about employment compensation with these four objectives. So we have, at the end of the lesson, the student must have first define the employee compensation, second, differentiate the salary, wage, and income, and third, converted annual salaries to monthly, semi-monthly, and weekly salaries. And fourth, computing for the overtime pay, identify regular holidays, special and double holidays in the Philippines. And next, what is employee compensation? Okay, class, what is your idea about it? But before knowing what is employee compensation, let us first define what is employer and employee. Well, employer is an organization or company which puts to work employees or hire the service of the employee. This can be an individual, a small business, a government entity, an agency, a professional service firm, a store, an institution, or a non-profit or association. They are the one who has the mandate of compensating the services rendered, while the employee is the person who works for an organization or company in a part-time or full-time basis and receive compensation for the service rendered in the form of salary. Further, they are the one who are hired for a specific job or just to provide the labor and does her or his work in the service of the other entity, mostly the employer. Okay, class. What is employee compensation? Well, it refers to the benefits or cash, vacation, and etc. paid to the employees in exchange the service they provide to their employer. But here in our discussion class on employment compensation, we will only cater about the salary, the wage, and the income. Note to that in 1 year, we have 12 months. And in 1 year, we have 24 semi-monthly, wherein semi-monthly means given twice a month. And in 1 year, we only have 52 weeks. Let's move on. So, it is a fixed amount usually associated with the employee compensation, usually received on a monthly or semi-monthly basis, but it may be quoted in an annual sum. So what it is, class? So it is salary. And here are the types of salaries. So the first type is the amount of money earned per week or month by a worker. It is the base pay. So the second type of salary is the amount of money that can be earned over and above your base pay when you achieve some sort of target. It is called commission. And the third one are the amount of money that can be earned as a reward for exceeding work expectations or completing a specific project on time. It is called bonuses. And the last is the amount of money that can be earned in addition to your base pay, that when a company has exceptionally high profits compared to its yearly budget, and it's called profit sharing. So how about salary earner class? Well, these are the employees who receive the salaries and usually get paid every 15 days or semi-monthly. And they're not paid for working overtime, just like teachers. Even though they're working whole day or whole night, they're not paid for that. And going home late, they're not paid for that, class. So for example, we have Mr. Sarmiento, a manager of the Maharlika company, earns 420,000 in annually. If he is paid monthly, how much does he get on his paycheck? So we have the solution. Since there are 12 months in a 1 year, then we divide the annual salary by 12. So having this, the solution, we have the formula. S is equal to annual salary over 12. Substituting the values, we have 420,000 divided by 12. So now we get 35,000 as Mr. Sarmiento monthly salary. Next, a university assistant professor in a state university gets a monthly salary of 50,000. How much will he receive if the salary is given semi-monthly? Given the fact that the semi-monthly salary is given 2 times a month, then we divide the monthly salary by 2. So we have the formula S is equal to monthly salary divided by 2. So substituting the value, we have 50,000 divided by 2 is equal to 25,000 pesos. Next example is Mrs. Sanchez works as an accountant and gets a salary of 15,000, which is given semi-monthly. How much will be her annual salary? Since semi-monthly salaries are given twice a month or 24 in a year, then we multiply the semi-monthly salary by 24. So we have salary is equal to 24 times 15,000. We get 360,000 pesos. Thus, the annual salary of Mrs. Sanchez is 360,000 pesos. Now, class, what is usually associated with the employee compensation that is based on the number of hours or days work multiplied by hourly or daily rate of pay? It is wage. And here is the type of wage. It is paid to a worker who works on hourly basis and it's generally measured in a pesos per hour. It's called hourly wages. And the tip wages are supplementary income employees receive from the customers, in addition to regular wages. This type of wages is not all true with the employee, with all the employee, because it depends on the customers. Third, we have the overtime wages or the overtime pay. It is paid to hourly employees to work more than the full-time hours. Overtime is typically a paid at time and a half. So, wage earner is defined as the employees who receive the wages and usually get paid either weekly or monthly, depending on the employer's convenience. To compute the wage, remember that wage is equal to hourly rate times numbers of hours worked, or daily rate times number of days worked. So for example, Marie Glenn works as a math tutor and it is paid 150 pesos per hour. How much wage does she earn for a 10-hour per week of work? In example number 4, the tutor rate here is based on the old rate 5 years ago. For now, we have the tutor rate in a graduate of BS is 300 pesos, and if MS is 400 pesos, and if PhD, we have 500 pesos per hour. So let's move on to our solution. Since the given is the hourly rate, we simply multiply the number of hours worked. So we have wage is equal to hourly rate times number of hours worked. Substituting the values, we have 150 times 10. Then we have 1,500 pesos. Next, Ma'am Pedro, a minimum wage earner in the Metro Manila, is paid 450 pesos and 50 centavos for an 8-hour workday. What is her hourly wage? We have our solution. Since in example number 5, the given is wage and he worked for 8 hours, then we must divide the wage by 8. So we have hourly rate is equal to wage divided by the number of hours worked. So substituting the values, we have 450 pesos and 50 centavos divided by 8. Then we get 56 pesos 0.3125. Therefore, Ma'am Pedro hourly wage is 56 pesos 0.3125. Let's proceed to the income. Income is the total amount that people earn in exchange of the goods, employment, businesses, investment, and the professional services that they have rendered. So these are the types of income. So first, we have employment income from wages or salary is the total amount you are paid for working at a job. Second, the dividends are the amount of money earned through a stock or an investment resulting from a company profits. Then third is the capital gains that earn when you sell your stocks or other property for a higher amount than you paid for them. Next is the rental income. It is the amount of money earned on a long-term basis from renting out property to someone else. And royalty is the amount of money that can be earned for authoring a book, creating an invention, or performing a music. And pension is a type of retirement plan benefit offered to the former employees based on the service, the years of service, compensation, and the age of retirement. So let's continue. So I believe that you read your LM. So there's a question there, and it is, have you asked your parents if they are salary earners or wage earners? Which one have better income class? Okay, let's proceed. Since we are done discussing the concept of salary, wage, and income, this time let's convert annual salary into monthly, bi-monthly or semi-monthly, and weekly salaries. Again, take note that in 1 year, we have 12 months, and in 1 year, we have 24 semi-monthly, and in 1 year, we have 52 weeks. For example, Mr. Franco has agreed to work in a company with an annual salary of 72,000 pesos, but he will be paid monthly by his employer. How much is Mr. Franco's monthly salary? Since we are computing for the monthly salary of Mr. Franco, we will use this formula. It is monthly salary is equal to annual salary divided by 12. So substituting the values, we have 72,000 divided by 12 is equal to 6,000 pesos as Mr. Franco monthly salary. Next, we have Mr. Franco has agreed to work in a company with an annual salary of 72,000, but he will be paid semi-monthly by his employer. How much will he receive every 15 days? So, again, we are computing for the semi-monthly salary of Mr. Franco. So, we will use this formula. Semi-monthly salary is equal to annual salary over 24. For we have 24 semi-monthly in a 1 year. So substituting the values, we have 72,000 divided by 24 is equal to 3,000 pesos. Next, Mr. Franco has agreed to work in a company with an annual salary of 72,000 pesos, but he will be paid weekly by his employer. How much is his salary weekly? Oh, for this time, we are looking for the weekly salary of Mr. Franco. So weekly salary is equal to annual salary divided by 52. Substituting the values, we have 72,000 divided by 52 is equal to 1,384 pesos and 62 centavos. Any questions, clarifications, class? If done, let's practice solving. Complete the following table with the correct numerical values. So if we have annual salary of 380,000, the monthly would be 31,666 pesos, 0.66666, rounding up it 31,666 pesos and 67 centavos. And by monthly, we have 15,833 pesos and 0.33333, rounding it off, it became 15,833 pesos, 0.33. So bi-weekly, we have 7,307 pesos, 0.6923076923. Rounding it off, we have 7,307 pesos and 70 centavos. Let's now talk about what is overtime pay. So overtime pay described as the additional pay given to the employees who work beyond 8 hours. So as the Labor Code of the Philippines, workers' overtime pay rate at 25% of their hourly rate on regular working days. If an employee works overtime on a holiday or a rest day, they will receive 30% of their hourly rate from their employer. So this is the kind of working days. We have the regular rest days or special non-working holidays, rest days, which falls on the special non-working holidays, regular holidays, and lastly, we have the rest day on a regular holidays. In regular, the hourly rate for 8 hours is 125% or 125, while the overtime rate for the more than 8 hours is 125% or 1.25. So for the rest days or special non-working holidays, the hourly rate for 8 hours is 130% or 1.30. And the overtime rate for the more than 8 hours is 169% or 1.69. And when it comes to the rest days, which falls on the special non-working holidays, we have the hourly rate for 8 hours, 150% or 1.5, and the overtime rate for more than 8 hours is 195% or 1.95. And for our regular holidays, the hourly rate is 200% or 2.0. And the overtime rate for the more than 8 hours is 260% or 2.60. And when it is in the rest day on holidays, on our regular holidays, it is the hourly rate of 260% or 2.6. And the overtime rate for the more than 8 hours is 338% or 3.38. So these are the holidays which usually have a fixed date. It's called regular holidays. And these are the holidays being enacted by the Congress or declared by the President, and it is the special holidays. And in special holidays, there is no additional pay. And it happens when there are two holidays which fall on the same day. It's called double holidays. And in the year of 2022, there are no double holidays in the Philippines. These are the regular holidays in our country in the year of 2022. In January 1, Saturday, New Year's Day. In April 9, Friday, Day of Valor. April 14, Thursday, Monday, Thursday. April 15, Friday, Good Friday. And in May 1, Sunday, Labor Day. June 12, Sunday, Independence Day. August 29, Monday, National Heroes Day. November 30, Wednesday, Bonifacius Day. And December 25, Sunday, Christmas Day. And December 30, Friday, Rizal Day. Let's go on to the special non-working holidays. So in February 1, Tuesday, it is a Chinese Lunar New Year. And in February 25, Friday, is EDSA People Power Revolution anniversary. And in April 16, Saturday, it is a Black Saturday. And then August 21, Sunday, it's Ninoy Aquino's Day. And November 1, Tuesday, All Saints Day. And then December 8, Thursday, Feast of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. Conception of Mary. And let's move on to the special working holidays in our country. And these are November 2, Wednesday, All Souls Day. December 24, Saturday, Christmas Eve. And December 31, Saturday, New Year's Eve. And class, please be familiarized with the regular holidays, the special non-working holidays, and the special working holidays, for we will use it for our next discussion next week. And that's it. And that's all for this week, class. Thank you for listening.